Welcome to the PreAlgebra Do Now 29.3 video key. And here you go. What is a right triangle? A right triangle is a triangle that has one angle that is 90 degrees. The other angles, so like this, like this, like this, and you will have one angle that is 90 degrees. It'll often be indicated with a little square in the corner. The other angles will have to be less than 90 because you'll have less than 90. You'll have only 90 degrees left to work with, and so nothing will even be equal to 90 other than that one. Now, is an equilateral triangle acute or obtuse? Well, it's going to be acute because all the angles are 60 degrees. If you divide 180 degrees by 3 equal angles, each one will be 60 degrees. So there's another name for equilateral triangles. It's that they are equiangular triangles because all the angles are equal. Now we're going to look at how many units long is x. And we're going to use the Pythagorean Theorem. So we're going to say 6 squared plus 8 squared. And what we want to do is we want to add the squares of the short sides, the legs, the things that are adjacent to this right angle. And they're going to add up to the square of the hypotenuse, which is the long side. Hypotenuse literally means stretched out wire, by the way. So we're going to say 6 squared is 36. 8 squared is 64. Add that together, we get 100. And that's all equaling x squared. And then we get the square root of both sides, so x squared. The square root of x squared will be x, and the square root of 100 is 10 and negative 10, but we're only going to take the positive 10 since we're trying to find a side length. So x is going to equal 10. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So here we go, x equals positive 10. Now, the last thing we need to do is find the perimeter of the rectangle shown. Now, the things we know that the opposite sides of a rectangle are the same. So that side is x and that side is x. We know that this side is 5. And since it's a rectangle, we know that that is a right angle, which makes this a right triangle. So 5x and 13. Now 13 is this hypotenuse. So we're going to be getting square of 5 and the square of x and adding those to get 13 squared. So sometimes a common mistake is just to grab the numbers, square them, and add them together. Don't be a robot. We want to make sure we're adding the right things together. So x squared is just x squared. So, and then plus 5 squared is 25, and that's going to equal 13 squared, which is 169. And then we're going to subtract 25 from both sides. So 169 minus 25 is going to equal 144. And then we'll get the square root of both sides. So the square root of x squared equals the square root of 144. And so x is going to be 12. It's also negative 12, but we're going to discard that as extraneous because we're not looking for negative side lengths. Okay, so x, the square root of x squared equals the square root of 144, which is what I just did. So x is going to equal 12. And now we can work out the perimeter of this whole thing, because now we know that this equals 12. And this equals 12. So we've just got 2 12s and 2 5s, so we can put it together. Perimeter is going to equal 2 times 12 plus 2 times 5, or 24 plus 10, or 34 units. Okay, and there you go. Hope that was